Imagine a silence so profound it becomes a form of power. In the modern world, noise is the constant, the expected, the inescapable. But for a select few, silence is the ultimate luxury. It's not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of total control. Out here, in the emptiness of the American West, the loudest thing you'll hear is the wind and the quiet hum of absolute exclusivity. Deep in the desert, far beyond the reach of the public eye, a new kind of architecture is rising. These are not ordinary mansions. These are hidden luxury compounds, built for those who have seen everything and now wish for nothing but to be left alone. What kind of people live here, and what are they hiding from? Welcome to Luxury Cribs America. Today we are leaving civilization behind to explore the most isolated and elite compounds in the American desert. For the world's billionaires, the city has become too loud, too accessible, and too transparent. To truly own your life, you have to find a place where the world can't find you. Distance is the new privacy. In these desert compounds, you don't just buy land, you buy a buffer, 1,000 acres of silence between you and the rest of humanity. These are not just homes, they are autonomous ecosystems. Solar grids, deep well water systems, and vertical gardens allow these compounds to exist entirely off the grid. Within the concrete shells, life is meticulously cultivated. Subterranean greenhouses provide fresh organic sustenance, ensuring that the compound remains a world unto itself. Isolation is also a form of protection. Out here, you are the master of your own environment, a digital and physical shield against the unpredictability of the outside world. The arrival is a ritual of distance, a journey across barren landscapes that signals the end of the world as we know it and the beginning of a private empire. Once the gates close, the harshness of the desert is replaced by a curated sanctuary, a self-sufficient world where power and peace coexist in perfect harmony. From above, the scale is staggering. These compounds cover tens of thousands of square feet, yet from the road, they are almost entirely invisible to the naked eye. For many, the road is optional. Private hangars and helipads provide a direct link to the world, used only when absolutely necessary, a bridge between absolute isolation and global reach. The architecture is a dialogue with the terrain. These estates don't dominate the desert, they become part of its shadow, modernism stripped down to its most primal elements. Materials are chosen for their permanence, concrete that will stand for centuries, stone that was born of this heat, and glass that reflects the ever-changing sky. Shadows are a key architectural element here. Deep overhangs and clever geometry use the sun to create a shifting landscape of light and dark, cooling the space naturally. Inside, the boundaries dissolve. Floor-to-ceiling glass offers a panoramic view of the void, while thick concrete walls provide a sanctuary of thermal mass and absolute stillness. Luxury here is often hidden beneath the surface. Underground garages house multi-million-dollar collections, accessible only through a network of hidden tunnels and lifts. Even the entrances are puzzles. Secret ramps and hidden doors ensure that for those on the outside, the compound simply does not exist. It is a ghost in the rock. Some compounds serve as private museums, galleries where global masterpieces are held in the most secure and climate-controlled environments on Earth, seen only by a chosen few. The scale of these interiors is breathtaking. Rooms designed not just for living, but for contemplation. A cathedral of minimalism built for a modern-day hermit with an eye for design. Waking up here is a spiritual experience. The desert doesn't just frame the view, it enters the room, a life lived in direct contact with the raw beauty of the American West. The ultimate retreat is the library, thousands of volumes held in a space designed for total acoustic isolation, a temple of knowledge where the only sound is the turning of a page. Wellness is reimagined as isolation. Private spas and meditation chambers allow for a deep reset, far from the frantic energy of the coastal cities. Here, the pulse slows down. Deep underground, life continues in total comfort. Climate-controlled cellars house world-class collections, a testament to the fact that even in the desert, one never has to compromise. The landscaping is an exercise in restraint. Zen gardens that require no water, only attention, a reminder that in the desert, beauty is found in the essence of things, not the excess. Lifestyle here is measured in moments of stillness. A sunrise over the canyon is the only alarm clock you'll ever need, a life lived in the rhythm of the earth itself. The distinction between indoor and outdoor living is an illusion. The air of the desert is invited in, while the luxury of the interior spills out into the wild. When night falls, the true luxury is revealed, a sky so dark it feels like you can touch the stars. This is the ultimate privilege, a view of the universe uninterrupted. Beyond the terrace, the stars are brought into focus. Private observatories allow the residents to explore the furthest reaches of the cosmos from the comfort of their own desert fortress. Entertainment is scaled for the landscape. Outdoor cinemas project masterpieces onto the architecture itself, turning the desert night into a private festival of cinema and starlight. The day ends at the fire, a tradition as old as humanity, refined for the modern elite. Here, conversation flows as easily as the desert air, under a blanket of absolute peace. At night, the architecture reveals a second life. Subtle lighting highlights the forms, creating a beacon of civilization that is both beautiful and haunting in its solitude. This level of luxury requires a new kind of power. Massive battery banks and solar arrays ensure that these compounds can operate for months without any connection to the outside world. In the desert, water is life. Meticulous reclamation and filtration systems turn every drop into a precious resource, allowing lush oases to thrive in the heart of the emptiness. The technology here is invisible. It's a silent servant managing the complex systems of the estate with a single touch, ensuring that comfort is never at odds with the landscape. At this level, architecture is protection. Elevation becomes a natural barrier, turning these estates into impenetrable fortresses that oversee the world from a distance. Behind the scenes, invisible surveillance systems monitor every movement for miles. Privacy is not just a feeling, it is a meticulously engineered reality. The geography itself is the ultimate security system. Canyons and cliffs provide natural shielding, ensuring that even from the air, the true heart of the compound remains hidden. The perimeter is watched by artificial intelligence. Miles from the house, sensors detect the slightest movement, allowing the inhabitants to sleep in total unguarded peace. Wealth is no longer about showing success to the world. It's about the power to disappear from it, to live better than ever while remaining a ghost in the machine. When you have everything, the only thing left to acquire is peace. These compounds are the physical manifestation of that desire, a retreat from the noise of the 21st century. Some of these spaces are built for nothing but thought. Reflection chambers where the only distraction is the shifting light on the sand, a radical experiment in luxurious minimalism. Listen, can you hear it? That is the sound of absolute freedom. In this silence, the owner of this compound is the most powerful person in the world. It is a life of coexistence. You don't conquer the desert, you align with it. And in that alignment, you find a level of clarity that the city could never provide. At this level, time is the only currency that matters. And here, in the vastness of the American West, you have all the time in the world, a private eternity. This is the final evolution of the home, a fortress of the soul, built where the earth and sky meet, a legacy of silence and power for those who have mastered the art of disappearing. The world is getting louder, but out here the silence is growing. For those who can afford it, the desert is the ultimate sanctuary, the final frontier of the elite. In the silence of the desert, we find what truly matters: privacy, control, and the peace of the void. This is the new frontier of luxury, one where the world stops at your gate. If you crave this level of excellence, subscribe to Luxury Cribs America. The journey into the hidden world of wealth has only just begun. Join us for the next reveal.